Right, okay. I'd probably better make this a pretty quick one. My partner, in her desperation, if you like, to get me to do some jobs around the house, has started to leave me little hints and tips, like by leaving materials by where she wants the job doing. So if this wasn't important for me to say, I'd probably be away doing jobs. But it is important for me to say. So let's get on with it. Wow, a lot of us had our first session on Monday back in university, and wasn't that impressive? Zoom. Whoever thought that was going to be so hard work? Um, for my start back at uni, I had basically a 4 hour session, near enough, and I have to say, after it, I needed to lie down. I needed to go into a darkened room and just chill out for a while. So I've got a few things to say about Zoom. Probably the first thing to say is that had Monday not happened, or had Monday gone smoothly, then my plans for this week really were to drag you guys down to one of my favourite haunts and do some analogue photography with the Holger, and show you around basically where I live. But Monday took all that away from me. Monday was something else, and a glimpse into the brave new world that we're all stepping into, and I wasn't all that impressed, and I'm sure lots and lots of you have not been impressed so far. So let's break it down, let's have a look at it, and let's try to get a bit positive about it. I know you guys have been very, very concerned about what kind of form your learning was going to take over the next foreseeable future, if we're honest. And I know a lot of you were, at the end of your first sessions, very, very concerned. I know a lot of people don't like Zoom. I can guarantee you that the tutors and the lecturers really don't want to be educating us via Zoom. They want to be educating us face to face. But we're faced with what we're faced with, and that is all universities are having to adapt new ways of learning. And Zoom is, as far as that's concerned, a very, very useful tool. Yes, lots of universities are going to have to probably rethink how long they're keeping their students tied to a Zoom screen, because that was really hard work and it was really tiring. But on the positive side, what I can say to you, if you guys can stick at it, if you guys can change and adapt and take on board what we're having to do at the moment, then in the long term, it really is going to benefit you. It really is going to benefit all of us. Coming from the commercial world and having sat in many, many conferences and meetings, one of the most difficult skills to learn is, in a conference and in a meeting, is getting yourself heard. But getting yourself heard in an acceptable way without cutting people off. And if any of you have been in debates and school meetings, you'll understand what I mean. It's very difficult. People are always cutting each other up during conversations, partway through sentences, partway through points. And that's all because everybody's rushing to say what they want to get said. Zoom, on the other hand, well, Zoom, you just can't do that, because it's very amplified that nobody, including you, can hear anything. So you're forced into unnatural but good habits, such as muting the microphone until it's your turn to speak, just holding back until you've got the ability to make your point, engaging with a screen, unfortunately. But if you're engaging with a screen, you tend to be engaging with the points that are relevant rather than just performing. And I know a lot of people in very high level conferences that just perform, just to dull out blank spaces or just to get their point across. With Zoom, that really isn't possible. So on Zoom, yes, you have to concentrate harder. Yes, it's frustrating at times waiting for your turn to have your say, but you have to. Now, at the end of your course, when you take whatever subject you're taking and you take that out into the big wide world, one of the skills that you will be armed with is a communication ability that operates and is appreciated at really high level in meetings, and that's the ability to communicate, listen, and take your turn to get your point across. So, like with all of you, I really don't want the present format of what we're having to do to last any length of time, but I, like all of you, I'm looking to take out as many of the positive points from what we're having to do as I can. Nobody likes change, but if you can learn to be flexible and move with the flow of the way life's going at the moment, you will be armed with far more extra tools than what is advertised on your prospectus. Please take that on board and please consider it carefully. I hope you like the content that I'm putting out. If you do, then please do me a favour, subscribe to the channel and like the videos and ring the reminder bell. All of that helps me as a channel. It helps me to produce content. And next time, I promise, I'll try to make it a much more light-hearted one, possibly down at one of the difficult to call them beauty spots, but one of my favourite photographic haunts.